Hello, pretty people. Welcome to Simply Delish Duo. Pretty people, look at this. Today we are making bruschetta. Oh my God, it is so simple, quick, easy, refreshing, and most of all, delicious. In Italy, this is either an antipasto or a starter dish. And as you all know, most Italian restaurants serve this on their menu. So if you like this recipe and would like to see more, please subscribe to our channel by hitting that red subscribe button below. So the ingredients you will need to make this delicious bruschetta. Actually, before I go through the list of ingredients, we were lucky enough to raid our father's garden. All these ingredients came from his greenhouse. So we're using fresh oregano. You can use dry if you don't have fresh. Tomatoes, we're using Roma tomatoes, and I've already diced my tomatoes. I've diced about 9, so I have one more to show you. His fresh basil. We've got 2 cloves of garlic and oregano that I've actually already cut up. We'll need about two tablespoons or so of extra virgin olive oil, and about a teaspoon of balsamic vinegar. And then of course you'll need about a pinch or 2 of salt and a pinch of black pepper. So let's get started here. So we've got my bowl of tomatoes that, like I said, I've already diced up or chopped up. So we'll do one more here to show you, because I like to have them quite small, if you can see. So I just cut it in half, turn them upside down, and it's just quick and easy. And for this, I like using Roma tomatoes actually, because I find, I don't know if it's my dad's garden, but I find that they're not as watery and not too many seeds. So we'll just finish this one up here. All right. And I did mention we've got about 10 tomatoes that I've used. So now we'll take the fresh basil. And what I like to do is, oh, my dad, sorry about that, guys. My dad came in. We're at my parents' house making this bruschetta. He came in and started talking, so we had to stop the video. So let's get started again. I've got about five or six basil leaves. And what I like to do is I like to roll them up together. I don't know if you can see that. And then just give them a nice cut. So they're almost like a ribbon. And we'll finish up here. Oh, I'm getting to the tail end. And that's it. Got a little more pieces here. All right. So now everything, this is how simple this recipe is. Everything goes into the bowl of tomatoes. So my basil, my garlic, my oregano, and I was gonna put more oregano in here, but I think we're fine. The olive oil, and always make sure to use extra virgin olive oil. It makes it taste so much better. And the balsamic vinegar.
And it smells so good. The ingredients are marrying each other and it smells amazing.
I know, right? Mm-hmm. Something about basil and tomatoes.
And oregano.
And oregano. And I've added about 2 pinches of salt and about a pinch of black pepper. And just give it a nice mix.
What I like about the bruschetta is actually you can make it 3-4 hours before you serve it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
The flavors come out even.
Exactly. That's why I like to make it ahead of time and let it sit for a few hours.
Yep. So now everything is nicely mixed. So what I'll do is put this aside and I will grab my bread and I'll show you, because we're putting this on top of toasted bread. So I've set my bruschetta aside, and now I'm going to show you how I prepare my bread. I like using a nice French baguette, but you can go ahead and use any kind of bread you want. I'll be honest, I've even used toast bread before out of desperation, although I didn't serve it to anybody, it was for me. So I've got my French baguette and also a pan, and I like to cut it at an angle, diagonal. We'll take this, I'll eat this later, I'll dip it in my bruschetta. And then just cut, and about a little under an inch. So I'll just continue.
And what I'll do, I'll continue cutting. I'll place them in my pan here, my cookie sheet, and I'll place it in the oven and get them nice and toasty, and we'll be back as soon as I've got them toasted. So I've just taken my baguette out of the oven. They were in there for a few minutes on each side, and they're nice and toasty. And what I'm doing here, I've got these all rubbed with garlic, but I'm just finishing up the last of them.
So she's rubbing them with a clove of garlic, and you guys, you want to do this when the bread is still hot because it releases the oils from the garlic and it just soaks into the bread.
Yeah, makes it even more tasty.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we love garlicky things.
Of course, we're Italian. Okay, so the last step is, so I've rubbed the garlic on all on all the pieces of bread. I'm not going to drizzle them with olive oil. You can go ahead and do that. I'm not, because I find that there's a lot of juices in my bruschetta, which soaks in the bread anyway. But if you like more olive oil, go ahead and drizzle it with olive oil. So now what I'll do is I take a piece of bread, my baguette, and just top it off with your bruschetta. I'll do a few more.
How easy and how yummy is this?
Easy, delicious. Honestly, took a few, how long did it take? Really, 10 minutes tops to clean, wash, chop. A few minutes in the oven. And so what you can do with your bruschetta, you can just leave it like this, or you can top it off. I've cut up a few more pieces of basil, fresh basil, and I like to put a few extra pieces in there. You can also add fresh mozzarella, feta cheese, even shredded Parmesan cheese if you like. But I'm gonna keep this simple and traditional. So I hope you like this recipe. Thank you for watching Simply Delish Duo.